What's up, everyone? Bobby G, back for the next episode of me going through The Walking Dead. And if you saw my last episode, you know that we've barely made it out of the drugstore we were in. And boy, if we didn't make an enemy while we were at it, folks. This jerk all the way over here pretty much tried to kill us. And we made an escape. We're back to the old, what is this, a motel? And what can we do but see what's going on now? So, I don't know. There's lots of people to talk to here. I think we better start gathering clues, and my main concern is figuring out what to do with this guy and seeing if we can't get into one of these rooms here or something. I mean, we're all just chilling in the parking lot, so that obviously is not the best. So, let's see what we can do
Hey,
here.
Glenn.
With uncountable severe emergencies in all counties, Georgia's cities and their current level of disaster are as follows. Atlanta, Stage 9 catastrophe. Augusta, Stage
I think I need to go.
Columbus,
To Atlanta.
Yeah, I got friends there. And I just can't stay here knowing that they could be trapped in that city.
Sounds like nobody knows what's happening there. When we left a few days ago, could have gone either way.
I gotta take my chances.
Well, Glenn, I'm not the boss of you. I'm not sure what this girl has anything to do with. Is she going to try to stop him? I'm not making any decisions here. I didn't even choose to talk to Glenn. I do think it's the wrong call. I mean, they just say that Atlanta is a Stage 9 catastrophe. I mean, I've never heard of that rating scale before, but I'm assuming 10 is probably as bad as it can get, rather. I don't think he should go.
I think you're making the wrong call.
Maybe. But I'd rather make the wrong call and no than make the right call and not.
I respect that.
You guys be safe.
We'll try.
And Lee, if this doesn't get better, people are going to give up. Like the girl from upstairs. Are you just gonna let them? You told Carly to give her the gun.
Yeah, I did.
Maybe you were right. I don't know how to handle something like that. Anyway, see you around.
Well, Glenn, we certainly put a lot of outside of game thought into it. Still not sure what we could have done. And I guess we'll never know now. And we basically tried to stop Glenn from leaving, and we couldn't do anything about it, so what can we do? And, well, we got a little bit of walking around to do here, I guess, and the performance isn't the best, really, on this. I apologize.
Hey, kid.
Close call back there.
Thanks for picking me up.
No problem. We have to take care of each other.
Yeah, we do.
You said you wanted kids once.
I did, yeah.
Well, she's not your daughter, so you can't treat her like she is.
Yeah, I know that.
But you can take care of her. Hell, maybe better than a father even could.
Thanks, Kenny.
I got your back, pal.
Thanks, Kenny. I kind of helped save his kid in the drugstore, and, well, he 100% helped me in the drugstore as well, so I guess maybe we're even. And, let's see, I'm trying to move over to the left, but it doesn't look like the game wants me to. And, yeah, I do apologize. I'm not really sure what's going on with my game here. I tried to reduce the graphics as best I could. Maybe I should do a little more. Shadow quality off? I don't know. Let's see how this goes. I'd rather have a smooth running game.
Did you check the glove box? I swear I saw it.
Well, it certainly feels a lot better, and it actually doesn't look much worse, so I'm not going to edit that out of the video. Now you can see the before and after. Let me know what you think. I think it's better, and I think even the walking around is a little bit better. Anyway, we have a lot of things to try to figure out here. I won't get too caught up in the graphics. Lots of people to talk to. Carly, we just saved, and well, our buddy
How
Doug
you
paid the
doing,
price.
I'm okay. You know, considering.
I do, yeah.
I can't stop thinking about Doug. We couldn't have saved him, could we?
I don't think so. Happened pretty fast.
I know it's stupid. We just met. And he was such a... It's just that... I think that I liked him.
Well, I'm sure he liked you too.
You better have. Anyway, I'd rather be alone, I think.
I understand.
Wait, Lee?
What is it?
Lots of chatter.
How did you choose? We both needed you. You picked me.
That's a good question.
I thought you needed the help,
Ah, that makes sense.
but it wasn't a choice like that. It was just something I did. I don't know why.
I just wish we both could have made it, you know?
Me too, Carly.
To our buddy Lee, maybe it wasn't a choice. It was a split-second reaction, but it's amusing the amount of thought I put into making that choice. She seemed more useful. At least she proved herself to be more useful. Doug was also useful, but he didn't get much of a chance to prove it. I mean, he was able to program that remote control. There might not be a whole lot of other specific situations like that, whereas Carly is good with a gun, and she could just pretty much shoot whatever, so... What are you gonna do? Go talk to the kids now? Oh, look at this guy. We've got a problem, buddy. We've got a problem.
But you know what? He wasn't.
Let's check on the old
Oh,
kiddies.
and then-
Hey, Duck, you want to cool it for a minute?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, man, you are a motor mouth.
I'm sorry, there's not a lot of kids here.
No, it's not that. It's... I got grabbed again.
I was there, though.
I saved you this time.
And my walkie-talkie broke. Glenn had the other one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks. I know I need to be tough. I'm just sad. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it's how I used to talk to my mom and dad. And now they're gone. It's gone.
Maybe we can find you another one.
I'll just keep this one, I guess.
Lee, come here for a second.
Maybe we could
Let me
fix
go
it.
deal with this.
I don't know if she
oh,
has
man,
it yet.
Clementine. Another thing.
Funny
What do you
enough,
want?
I understand
Like
Clementine
my daughter?
there.
Yeah, she's great.
Well, stay the fuck away from her.
This
or
guy.
what?
Or,
Yeah. Or
everyone
what, old
will
man?
know that you, Lee Everett, are a killer. And you were before it was something you had to do to stay alive.
How does this guy know all my
I
secrets?
know who you are. And I don't give a shit about what happens to you. But if anything happens to my daughter or that little girl you've got with you, you watch your ass.
See, on one hand,
Hey,
from that old man's
Lee?
perspective,
Do you have a second?
oh, there's too much talking. Too much
My
talking.
dad would be dead if it weren't for you.
Yeah,
That
probably.
guy Doug is dead because of me.
You can't be like that. You're only one man.
I don't know.
We're lucky to have you.
More gunshots?
I hope that's the sound of us winning this thing.
Me too.
This motor inn's pretty damn defendable. We block off the entrances with some cars, keep someone on watch. We could stay here until the military rolls through.
Yeah,
I
not a bad
actually
idea.
agree with that plan.
Me too.
We
Fences
got
and
beds,
everything.
we got water, and most importantly, we got light. There are worse places to call home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you're
don't the
right.
zombies like light?
You know, guys,
or
I
was it
think
noise?
it's going to be okay.
Might have been noise from those TVs they liked. Am I gonna get a chance to discuss my thoughts? Oh, there goes the lights. To be continued. Next time on The Walking Dead.
I thought we'd be fine if we survived the walkers. Never expected they'd starve us out.
Looks
I
like
want
we...
you to have this, okay? in case you or Clementine starts feeling weak.
You don't know me anything, Carly. How you doing, Clementine?
I'm really hungry, Lee.
We gotta get food, Lee. Soon.
Howdy, I'm Andrew St. John. We're from the St. John Dairy.
It's beautiful.
Don't
What is
repeat
going
what
on
happened with
here?
the Walkers at Herschel's farm. You choose the kids this time.
Something's coming, Lee. There's gonna be a war.
The walkers don't worry me as much as the bandits.
You fucked with us. Now we're gonna take what we want.
What is going on?
Too many of them. Ah!
You've never liked my dad. Even back at the drugstore when everyone thought Kenny's kid was bit, you went out of your way to side against him.
This isn't happening.
Goodness. There's like so much of this story going, and I'm not.
Please. No more, please. Please.
What? Why would they? Oh my goodness, folks. I am beyond flustered here. Let's just take a moment. I wanted to explain my thoughts before everything happened here. Going back to that motel. If I was that old man and I thought someone was a murderer, I can't say I would act any differently. Now, maybe I wouldn't have actively punched the guy to try to keep him with the zombies, but I could completely understand absolutely hating someone that, as far as the public's concerned, is like an accused and probably guilty murderer. I mean, that's as bad as it gets, really. And not only that, but he killed his wife, which is also about as bad as it gets. Well, but we don't know if he did that. And of course, as everyone knows, you don't have to be proven innocent or guilty to determine the truth. You just have to get accused, and that might be the truth for enough people to, it doesn't matter the outcome of the court case. You're just guilty from day one. And he sure seems like the hot-headed, hard-ass type, so it makes perfect sense that if I just got arrested for something, he would decide I'm guilty just then and there. But you also can't roll up to strangers like that and do the things he's done. You can certainly be skeptical of someone's motivations. You can even actively work against them or try to get away from them. But you can't roll up and disrespect a stranger to the degree that this old man was disrespecting Lee. And then not only that, he punched me after I pretty much spent an hour of my gaming life trying to help him in some fashion. So I am very shocked that, we didn't get a chance to resolve that. I thought there was going to be, us setting up shop in that motel and fortifying things and getting kids into rooms and like all that sort of stuff. But instead what happened was they gave us a preview of what's to come. I don't know why they would do that. I mean, I understand that this is supposed to be modeled after a television show, but I mean, you just basically told me like the next 3 hours of gameplay of basically what to expect, and even some of the dialogue that I might hear. I can't be sure if that's the case, but that's silly. Like, why would you half spoil me just about the next bunch of locations we're gonna get to before it happens? Now, whether or not it actually happens, I don't know, but that just felt really weird. I mean, normally when we're Lee, we're making decisions and doing things, and in that little clip of what's to come, Lee's just doing all this stuff, having conversations with people that we didn't initiate, and looked like he was trying to axe someone at the end. It felt very strange, I have to be honest with you, to watch the character you're normally controlling doing all these things. First of all, you have no context of what's even happening, and second of all, you surely did not choose those actions. So, I mean, so far I like this game. I'm enjoying the story. It's making you choose difficult decisions that 100% affect the rest of your game. But, you could have backed away from the fact that this is a television show or something. I don't know. Well, I guess we won't really get a chance to I don't know what we'll get a chance to do. I still have a beef with that old man, I think. But let's take a look at some statistics here, I guess. That's obviously the screen we've been looking at. Did I lie to Herschel? You and 54% of players were honest. I thought I did lie to Herschel, though, because he was mad at me for lying. So I don't even agree with that, but alright. Who would you save, Duck or Sean? 48% chose Sean. Now, see, normally, I'm surprised that that's so close to 50-50, actually, because I probably should have tried to save the kid. Even though he was stupid and ran the guy over with the tractor, and that was the whole reason the other guy died, Sean, you gotta save the kid, right? I think. And I accidentally chose Sean because I didn't understand what was happening, and I just clicked something, and that's how it went. So even if I would have picked Duck, only 52% of people supposedly would have done that. So that's actually close to a coin flip there. That's surprising. Loyalty side with Kenny. Only 54% of players defended Kenny. I don't see why that is as low as it is, or I mean as close to 50%. We saw no evidence of his kid getting bit, and his mom was cleaning him up and didn't find a bite as the whole argument was going on. So I don't see why, like, who's going to throw him out? I don't see why that's so close to even. Mercy gave Irene the gun. 47% of players gave her the gun. Now, I can understand why that one is so close to 50-50, because that's a very difficult decision. Again, that's like probably the biggest thing I can think of that I don't know if I would have done that in real life versus I did it in this game. I think in real life, you probably have to string along the living as much as you can. It's just up to you then at that point, if you make that choice, to watch them. It's almost like they, unfortunately, would have to be treated like a prisoner or something. Like, I don't know if you need to tie them up, but make them walk in front of you. Like, just make it so you're always keeping an eye on them. But, for whatever reason, I think the fact that I'm playing a game made me kind of choose something I don't know if I would have in real life, but we gave her the gun, and that was that. So, kind of an interesting one there. Who would I save, Doug or Carly? Only 49% of the people chose Carly. That's interesting. I would think more people would have chosen Carly. I wonder what this game would be like had we chosen Doug. I guess we'll probably never know. I don't really see myself going back and seeing all the things I could have done instead, just because that almost might ruin the story of it. If you go back and do everything, you're not going to remember that one time where everything worked out the way it did. Almost like watching a movie. If you could go back and change the outcome of a movie to how you want it to end, like, you're not going to appreciate the movie for what it is if it ends in a different way. I don't know if that made complete sense, but there you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bit shorter of an episode, and I admit there basically wasn't any gameplay. It's a very strange video, but I'm going to include it because I want to be complete, of course. And if you're interested in what I have to say about all this, that was pretty much mostly what this episode was. I didn't know that this was the end of the episode and there was going to be no gameplay and basically just talking and hearing everybody. But that's, can't win them all, I guess. So that's the reality we're in. And I suppose thanks to what happens next, we have a half idea of what's going to happen next. It looks like a bunch of more people are going to get introduced after we almost starve and end up having to leave the compound at the motel there. And, well, looks like we're going to run into some raiders. Probably have a bunch of people get mad at us that we don't, for who knows why. I guess we're just going to have to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining me if you're with me thus far. If you like this game, and if you like me playing through this game, and if you like hearing me comment on this game, and basically saying what I'm saying about it, my thought process and all that, please leave me a comment. I would just like to know if anyone, is interested in it or not. I'll probably do it regardless, but, you know, a little bit of feedback is always appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, I will say, this has been Bobby G. We'll see you next time.